I'm looking for 2 assistants that I'll need for today. Let's head to Earth. Aha, welcome along my 2 assistants. Welcome to Little House of Science's brand new rocket. We have been traveling through space and I've been looking for 2 fantastic science assistants for my experiments today. Are you ready to join me?
Yeah!
Fantastic. Are we ready to get started?
Yeah!
All right, let's teleport to the lab.
Okay.
Okay, welcome to the lab. Today we're going to be using some chemicals and we're going to try to make some new things, which is what chemistry is all about. Changing one set of things into another. So, to start off, let's learn the basics. So, what do I have in here?
Plain water.
Plain water. Now, do we think it is a chemical or not a chemical?
Okay, not a chemical.
Not a chemical? What do you think? Not a chemical? In fact,
it is a chemical.
that's right, it is a chemical, that's right. So chemicals are all around us and they're not always dangerous. So sometimes we think chemicals are dangerous things, right? Because we think they're dangerous. However, not always. So what we're going to do today... Good question. And I think we can answer that question with some more ingredients. So let's take that plate to do our reaction on. And we'll need one of these. Have you seen one of these before?
Yeah.
Do you know what it's called?
They I don't know what it's called, but when you do this, they suck it up and then you could pour it.
Absolutely, it's called a pipette. Can you say that?
Pipette.
Pipette. You put it in the water, squeeze the end, draw some up. Perfect, we'll leave that there. In fact, while you're doing that, can you change the colour of the water? Can you pipette some water up and down to mix that in? Perfect, that's so we can see our water. Excellent. And then we'll need some other chemicals. Some white powder.
It's
over here.
Dark blue.
That's right.
But when you do it, it's light blue.
Yeah, it's interesting, isn't it? Okay, so here we go. 2 more white powders. So, let's start with the basics. So we've got our water, is it nicely mixed, all blue?
Yeah.
Perfect.
Dark blue.
What we need to do here is we're going to mix 2 very different chemicals together on this plate. And we're going to see if we can make a chemical reaction.
Can I pour this?
Absolutely, and would you like to pour this one? That's what we need to do. I'll just show you very quickly. We need to sort of sprinkle like that. Can you do that?
Yeah.
Can you add a little bit more of this one? This one is called sodium bicarbonate. You can say that.
Sodium bicarbonate.
Very good, absolutely right. It's also called baking soda. Have you heard of that before?
Yeah.
Yeah, perfect. So we're going to mix this one over here. A nice platform. Now, Lorenzo, can you add this chemical over here? So we'll notice some chemicals are liquids, other ones are solids, like these 2 powders. That is perfect, excellent. Now let's mix these all together.
Do you need to add the water?
Aha, very well spotted. So we have 2 different chemicals that want to react with each other, and they should be reacting, but they're not because they are both...
That's why it's called a chemical reaction.
Absolutely, they are both solids. So these 2 chemicals are locked away as solids, and although they want to react with each other, they cannot. We need to add some precious water. So Lorenzo, can you suck some up and just dribble some on top? What do we see?
Like
foam, absolutely, fantastic.
Bubbles.
Bubbles, wonderful. And there we go.
It's like sizzling.
So, yeah, you can hear it too, right?
Yeah.
You can hear it. Fantastic. Excellent. Want to add some more? You can make patterns. So what we're doing here, we had our 2 ingredients in the chemical reaction. We had our citric acid on one side, which was our chemical that Lorenzo added, and then we had our sodium bicarbonate. And
it
when
went high.
Yeah,
Why
that's
did
it.
you
Those
put
bubbles really came
all in one spot?
all in one spot. Would you like to try?
Yeah.
Take a large amount and dunk it all in this big spot here. Excellent. Great. And when we added those 2 things together, we changed them forever. We changed them into something different. So we started off with those 2 chemicals. We call those the reactants. Can you say that?
reactants.
Very good. And when they went through the chemical reaction, they changed into something we call the products. Can you say that?
The product.
The products. And we can actually see some of the products right here. Now the blue colour, that was just from our food colouring, so that doesn't really count. But can you see, with your magnifying glasses, can you see those bubbles, big and small?
Yeah.
Those bubbles are full of gas. So the gas we made was called carbon dioxide. Have you heard of that one before?
Yeah. No.
Just created that in these bubbles. You can even pop them.
It looks a bit like crystal.
Touch it.
You can pop a bubble if you like.
Can I touch this?
Absolutely. And you can add some more.
It like feels a bit like jelly crystal.
Yeah, very strange, isn't it? So we haven't just made carbon dioxide.
Like,
Well, you'd get smelly fingers, but that's okay. What you will see in here is something completely new. Can you see this white paste on the bottom? Can you see that?
No.
That white paste, you can sort of see it on your fingertips if you look on your fingertips. That white paste is another new thing we've just created. I pour a little bit more water on here.
it's cold.
Let's see if we can get the last little bits. Now, what did you just say there, Lorenzo?
It feels cold.
Feels cold.
Yeah.
Feels cold. To see what happened in that reaction in a bit more detail, you said, amazing, that it felt cold.
Yeah.
And that's a really important part of some chemical reactions. They suck in heat energy and they get colder. So I thought we could measure that with this. What's this?
How do they suck in energy?
It's a thermometer.
But
How do they
how do they suck in energy?
That is such a good question. So when we had those two different chemicals,
Yeah.
they had their own separate ingredients. And we mixed them together, they swapped those ingredients around with each other to make something new. It's a bit like making two things out of Lego, smashing them together, and then making new things from those original pieces. So what we did. Now, sometimes when that happens, energy gets taken in to do that, to swap those things around, and things get colder. Other times, energy is released and given out. And that is what we call an explosion. Before we get there, let's do this same reaction again. We're going to add some water in here. It'll start to bubble and fizz. And we're going to have a look at the temperature. So I'll point this way. Just put a little bit in to start with. Stop there. That's great. We can even stir a little bit too. And let's add a little bit more. Should I try some more
Yeah,
in?
got it down.
That's it.
It's
So
getting down.
perfect. Now let's keep this here and put a little bit more in.
Oh.
See? Now, can you see what the temperature says? It's dropped down from about 20
It's
to,
1.
what do you see? About 10? 10 degrees. So it's got a lot colder just by doing this. And if you touch the side, can you feel how cold it is?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So this
Yes.
reaction took in energy and got cooler. Now,
Can we put more?
we could, but we're going to move on. We're going to do something a bit more explosive. So take one of these each.
Okay.
Now what I need you to do is come in a little bit closer.
Wait, what do I hold?
You can hold on to this string and point this up. Hold on to
Can
the
I
string.
hold on to this?
You can hold on here and hold on to the string. Hold on here, hold on to the string. That's it. Now, in a moment, I'm going to ask you to pull those strings as hard as you can. But before we do, we're going to talk about what we have in here. This is another combination of chemicals. They are stuck together as a powder onto on a little tiny piece of card. When you pull that string,
What type of card is it?
just sort of like regular card. But when you pull that string, they rub against each other. And we add a little bit of energy in the form of heat. You know, if you rub your hands together like this, they kind of feel warm after a while.
Yeah.
That's from friction. So when you're pulling that string, you're putting that same type of energy in, heat energy, and that is enough to get the reaction started. And this one doesn't take in heat energy, it gives it out. And that is an explosion. So when you're ready, pull it as hard as you can and aim it right up in the air like that.
Oh.
That's it, pull it really hard, that's it, just pull that, that's it, keep pulling. Yeah! Whoa! Whoa!
I didn't know.
Yeah, excellent, well done. And can you see all this? Smells strange, right? So that's some of the products of our reaction. Okay, so this next one we're going to need a flask. So flask. There we go. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Perfect. For this one, we are going to change a chemical into a different state. So chemicals can be...
How can you do that?
Great question. Very good question. There are 3 different states that chemicals can be. They can be gases. Take a breath in. Breathe some gases in. Blow on your fingers. You can feel them. Gases. They can be liquids. and they can be solids. So we can use chemistry and special chemicals. You can breathe out now. I should always say breathe out. I always forget. You can use chemicals to change one chemical from one state to another. So for this experiment, in our flask, we're going to add a liquid. And this liquid
It's cold.
is
It's not a liquid.
yeah, there we go. So this liquid here smells quite nasty. So don't put it near your nose because it is really, really, really stinky. But that's besides the point. What we need to do is change this from this wonderful, interesting blue liquid. We need to change it into a solid. And this is
Nice colour.
it's a lovely colour, isn't it? Now, it's no ordinary liquid. This liquid came from, believe it or not, a tree.
No?
Yeah, this is tree sap from a very special
What?
tree. And when I tell you the name of the tree, it'll give away what this is. This stuff came from something called the rubber tree. Have you heard of a rubber tree before?
A rubber tree, does it like make rubbers from flowers?
Well, it's sap we use to make rubber. When we add those chemicals, almost straight away, we will see it change from this liquid into a solid ball of rubber. In here, I have what looks like water, but
it's not.
I know what was in that before.
you'll recognize it by the smell. Do you want to smell it? It's a strong smell.
Ugh.
Yeah, do you like the smell or not like the smell?
No.
You know what that is?
Vinegar?
Bingo. It's vinegar. And give it a gentle stir. And stop.
Oh,
Twist, twist,
I
twist.
could see, like, it's getting...
Getting
Oh,
like
yeah, I see, like, a ball is creating.
Ball is being created. All right, so are you guys ready to make these bouncy balls?
Yes!
Fantastic, let's do it. Pots. Great.
Ooh.
Excellent. So let's add some of our latex inside.
And we're going to mix. Yeah?
with our hands.
Now what we need to do is not use our hands yet.
Fingers.
We're going to use a stirrer. And let's work.
It has to be like a ball.
And we will make it into a ball. We need a few more steps. Perfect. Okay. So what I'll need to do to make these into a ball is we're going to have to squeeze them. Okay. There'll be lots of vinegar trapped inside. So because of course we're in the spacecraft, if I squeeze this, I'll get vinegar all over my lab, which will not work out so well. So I'm going to take these out of the lab, prepare them, and bring them back in as bouncy balls. Okay.
Yeah.
Fantastic. So I'll take these away now. I'm going to nip over here, prepare them, and I'll bring them back. We'll test them.
Right. You have to whip now.
Oh, yay, balls.
Alright, these are our wiggly, wobbly.
Which one are
ones that we
mine?
made.
Which one is mine?
They're both like this.
I
about
want
the same.
this one.
Choose. They're both going to be about the same. Doesn't really matter how big they are.
Yay.
They'll bounce just as well. Yeah, excellent. That's great.
Right, fell out the space truck.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know
Good
which one
experiment.
bounces.
We're bouncing in here. Ah. Okay, I hope you had fun with me up here on the spaceship with Little House of Science. Did you enjoy making your bouncy balls?
Yeah!
Did you enjoy doing chemical reactions?
Yeah!
Fantastic, wonderful.
Guys, don't forget, keep learning, keep exploring, and keep having fun. See you at the next adventure! Yay!